this year we'll be working in a better conditions. So Ash is showing our swimming pool. The next photo, please.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very small one and not too deep. It's very good to teach kids, and we have been doing this since 2018 in partnership with Suntaika. So our kids is from our community, and they come every year. So we open like we receive new students, but we also keep the old ones to practice every year because the program is just 2 or 3 months a year, and they don't have much opportunity to practice. So we try to keep them evolving with us during the past of the years. But we don't have the swimming pool anymore because the place was sold this year, and we need to find another place. Is why we found this partnership with the high school. So this is photos from last year. Last year, we received the first ambassador from Suntaika to visit us. It was Amy.
Amy,
She
yeah.
was a very great person, and um, it's very nice when we have swim teachers that are actually prepared to teach swimming, because sometimes I have volunteers from other programs that support, but they are not um, like professionals. They don't have the certifications of first aid or drown prevention, and we have to teach them that. It's also good because we received a lot of training from Suntaika, and now we can give this training too. And even if you don't have much experience, we have years of experience teaching swimming and drown prevention, and we have a very nice manual to follow with very structured classes. And we know the games and everything to make the class very useful and good and fun for the kids and for the community. Now we have to adjust a little bit for teenagers, but I think it's going to be even easier to teach for them. Yeah, here's some pictures of the other activities we have. Like, as I was saying, we receive every year a firefighter and lifeguard who teach kids the drown prevention in water. So they have a training in a swimming pool to do rescue and saving. Also, they have a event to learn first aid, like emergency aid. So they know how to um, they learn like CPR and many other maneuvers of first aid, and they have once a week meet like class about the drown prevention chain, and also other important aspects like how you can identify danger if you go to the river, to the ocean. So it's a very complete program for them. Here is one picture by the beach. So this class we went to identify the corals. So it's very important because Itacaré, it's a surf town. So a lot of people go to surf and go to swim and enjoy the beach. I think we have 14 beaches in Itacaré and 7 waterfalls. It's a lot of water everywhere, and actually it's very humid. So the air is also full of water. And this day we took them to do a field trip to go to the beach and identify dangers and identify the corals in the Concha Beach. So this is the like there is no too much wave in this beach, but we have very big waves here.
That is the last photo that I have.
Yes.
Um, so would you be able to kind of explain the process of like the first day or couple days when people arrive sort of from the airport and getting settled into accommodation and such?
Yes. So this year, Achieve uh, is changing a little bit the way that we receive volunteers, because before we had this house complex, and now we are selecting houses in the community so people can stay together with some families, but they get their own apartment, like independent. And before they share house with some other volunteer, and now they have their own space completely just for them. But in not together, but it's like it's another complex. It's like four houses with a family, so they can have chance to speak more Portuguese, to see how Brazilians live, because these houses are in the same land with other people, so they can have more connection with the community. We go to the airport to do the pickup. So when you arrive, you should go to Ilhéus. The airport closest to Itacaré is in this town, Ilhéus. So we go to pick you up from Ilhéus and bring you to Itacaré. The first day is a day for like acclimatation, like when you have to understand the weather. It's very hot and humid. So the first day is to rest and be like comfortable with the new place. And then the other day is to some training and placement. Like I will explain where we are, because depends when you come. The program can be already started or be in the middle. So I needed to explain the groups we have, the level they have, and everything. So the first day is more like meetings and explaining about Achieve, about the program. And then we start, because the program is planned to start in October. So during September, we are going to be doing the advertisement, logistics plans, and first of October. I don't check the calendar, but I guess the first Monday of October we are going to start the classes. And normally, Swim Tigers send volunteers for 2 weeks, but you can stay as long as you want. The program is going to be for 2 months. So is structured to be like first weeks, like safety first. They learn some aspects of safety, and then we go to float, and then swim styles, back backstroke, front stroke, butterfly, chess. So all the swim styles. And we finish with a celebration. We normally do a swim competition, and they receive some medals. And this is the end of the program in November. The end of November is the end of the program. In the meantime, they were going to receive the first aid training and the rescue and saving training and the swim lessons. So it's more or less how the program goes. And in the end, we take you to the airport too and drop off, like the drop off to the airport. Yeah.
Brazil, ETIG Brazil has the other programs outside of the swim program. Would you be able to kind of just highlight a few of them and talk about how volunteers can get involved in those as well while they're there if they want to?
Yes, we normally offer swim lessons once a week for each group, but it's not the whole day because of the sun, because of their school plan. So to complete the 20 hours of volunteering, you also have the possibility to help in other programs. Nowadays, Achieve offer more than 20 programs for the kids, and these programs change each 3 months. Now we have English class, Spanish class, arts, dance, theater, We have Girls Empowerment Club. We have Boys Club too. And we have Technology Club, Science Club, Chess Club. It's like a lot of possibilities according to your skills or your interests. And we try to align that with our programs. And it's a very nice way to learn more Portuguese. And we also have book club and a very nice library with some English books and also Brazilian books. And you can take books from there and being in the book club to help to improve your listening and reading in Portuguese. And the kids help a lot. We have one group of students that are speaking very good English and they have like this conversation group. And also it's very good when people come from England, they can learn from like native speakers and the accent is different. Like normally we speak more like Americans, and I definitely love the British accent.
And I will say, feedback that Swim Taiga has gotten from volunteers who have gone to Brazil is that, well, who have gone to kind of all of our programs really, is that the other volunteer opportunities, like the other programs that Jana just spoke about, um, the volunteers have really enjoyed doing the other things as well because they will have more free time during the day. And so it's a way for them to be even more involved. And then, people are multifaceted. Just because you teach swimming doesn't mean that's the only thing that you know how to do or the only thing that you care about. So it's a really good way to utilize, your own innate skills and kind of explore other passions that you might have because there's so many different areas that you can get involved with. It's not necessarily like it's not mandatory for you to go to teach swimming and do these things, but most people do find it really fun and fulfilling. Um, I will just quickly as well go through the process of signing up. I know Elle already has, so Elle is already signed up and to go out to Brazil this year, which is very fun and exciting. But I'll just kind of go through the process really quickly. So it's registering interest on the Swim Taika website. If you're here, you will have already done that. And then you will have a form sent to your email or a link to a form. It actually won't be called the volunteer application form. It'll be called reserve your volunteer slot or something like that. And that is where you will book the specific 2 weeks that you want to go out. And that kind of just make sure that nobody else takes a space in the time that you wanted. And then you'll have another form, and that will be uploading your documents, so your teaching certifications, your DBS, your references, that kind of thing. And then you'll set up your fundraising page on Just Giving, and we'll send email and guide on how to do that. You can also always email me, and we can even jump on a call and walk through it together. I do that a lot. I really don't mind. And then once we've got kind of all these details down, you will be ready to book your flights and continue fundraising and start, getting excited and getting ready. So we have some requirements for our volunteers, and this is to ensure safety and kind of standards across the board. So you do need a qualification in teaching swimming. Generally, the STA level 2 is what we require, but if you get a qualification from somewhere else that is the equivalent, that's also fine and acceptable. We will need a DBS check, again, or equivalent background check if you're not in the UK because they're different everywhere. You'll need the commitment to 2 weeks of volunteering. It can be 2 weeks plus, as Janice said as well. You can go longer if you want. but 2 weeks is the minimum because that gives you enough time both to kind of acclimatize yourself to the program and then be there long enough to do some substantial work. If you want to stay longer, though, you totally can. Just let us know and we'll work out a more bespoke situation for that. Since most people do 2 weeks, that's what's built in. If you want longer, just let us know and we'll make that work. You will need 2 professional references. I've also just noticed that all of the numbers on the side of this are 1, which is wrong. So I'll have to fix that. Just ignore that. Yeah, 2 professional references. That means someone from work, maybe a boss, a colleague, but it could also be academic if you have maybe a professor or a mentor that has seen you work, seen your work ethic and that kind of thing. We just ask that it's not family or friends because they probably would love you regardless of what you do, and that's a little too biased for us, although I'm sure they're great. And then we also want you to have an enthusiasm and passion for teaching because that's important to both get the job done and inspire the kids. But if you're here, you probably already have that in buckets and spades, so that's not a huge concern for me. At this point, we've sort of gone through the process. We've heard a bit more about Brazil. Thank you, Jana. And if you have any questions, now would be the perfect time to ask them, or I can just say questions and hope that they are relevant to you. So if you have any questions, please go ahead. I also feel like maybe I should apologize for other people not coming because I feel like I kind of built that up a little bit, but then they all got busy, which happens all the time, but that's fine. Elle, I know since you have signed up to go, I don't know if you have any specific questions sort of about on the ground stuff that we could maybe address now. If not, that's okay. And if you think of things later, you can always shoot me an email and we can answer it that way too. Or we just don't have any questions. Oh, sorry. Elsa, she's in the library, so she can't talk, but she doesn't think she has anything specific.
Something I would like to add is about the town, because Itacaré is a very special place in Brazil. Like almost everyone wants to come and live here because it's beautiful. So last year or previous programs, people compare Itacaré with Bali, but they say Itacaré is even better because it's clean. It's not dirty as Bali, and it's fun. It's a lot of parties, and people are very kind and nice. So it's safe to like Brazil when you search about Rio, São Paulo, Salvador. They are big capitals, so they are quite dangerous sometimes. Like phone, and you have to care about your phone everywhere. But Itacaré is safe, especially for women. So you can walk alone. And also it's very tourist place. So you are not going to feel alone. You can meet people everywhere. There is a lot of people that speak English because internationally visit Itacaré. And also, like we receive other volunteers, not just from Suntaka program. So we always have other people here, and it's like you definitely is going to make new friends. If there is no volunteers international, we have local volunteers that also speak English, and you will live here with new friends for sure. And our team always are up to go to the beach together. Last night we went to have some pizza together, so it's like we offer this cultural exchange program for other volunteers. It's for the programs like Girls Club, Chess Club, not exactly for swimming. And we offer this every week cultural events. So Swim Taika volunteers are also invited to participate in these cultural events, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's,
We've got Elle did ask if you could go over how the accommodation works again, please, because she missed some of that the first go.
yes, so before we offer shared house, so you will share a house with another person. But now we got a small apartments, so everyone stays alone in one apartment. But this apartment is inside of a family land. So they construct a lot of small apartments, and people can stay in one there, and you are going to see these people every day. They say bon dia, it's like good morning. They offer you food. They it's like they help with some issues you have. It's a very nice way to feel more connected with the community. Before we have a space with lots of houses, and the volunteers live together, but they just speak English, and the Portuguese wasn't improving. So now you are going to be more connected with Brazilians, and this is going to help to improve Portuguese too.
Yeah, it sounds really fun. I know, Jana, you always um, try to convince me to come every single time we talk. And I mean, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, why shouldn't I? Can't make any promises still, but every time it's cloudy over here in England, I'm like, but what if I was in Brazil? Because Janice says it's really nice. So, everyone who goes will definitely have a fantastic time. Um, Barry is so beautiful from everything that's been shared with me. The program, I love all of the stuff that ETIV do Brazil offers to people. And I think that if you have not already signed up to volunteer in Brazil, that you should go do that. And also, just as well, I forgot to record the first little bit of this, but I did record the rest. So if everybody is okay with it, I will upload this to Swim Taika's YouTube, and then I'll send out a link so everyone who's here will be able to go over what's been said, and then everybody who wasn't here can also watch and get some of that information that they missed. Um, so if everybody does a thumbs up or a yes or something, just so I'll make sure. Um, okay, cool. Fiona's good with it. Um, Elle's good with it. Sounds good. So if we don't have any other questions or add-ons, then Fiona, yeah.
You probably know that I'm doing Bali, not Brazil, but I just thought this might be useful. Generally speaking, do they want? Is it useful to take spare goggles and stuff for the kids, or do we not do that sort of thing?
That does depend on the program. That's something that will be coordinated with Swim Taika, because the program will maybe let us know if there are stuff that they need, and then we'll be able to organize. Like we have partnerships with Zogs for some of the swimsuits and goggles and that kind of thing, and then if we're able to send out some of these things if they need them, then yes, we would contact you and we would say, do you have any space in your luggage? And sometimes, depending on, I mean, it depends on the air flight. Like maybe you have a checked bag, maybe you don't. But if
I do actually, so it's all right.
Yeah, if you ever, have the option for more luggage, that then just gives us more space to send anything that people might need. But we'll
Yeah.
we'll probably let you know a bit closer to any departure on that.
Cool, thank you.
Janet, do you have anything you want to add before we go?
Just you are very welcome to come to Brazil. I hope to see you soon.
Yes. And yeah, any questions that might come up in the meantime, let me know. Leave Janet put her email in the chat as well, so you can email one or both of us, etc., etc. But anyway, thank you for being here. I hope that this was helpful and you got to learn a bit about both Swimtaika and ETIV do Brazil. And hopefully I will see you soon on some other webinar. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.